And welcome back to a brand new episode with Sam Larson Studio, and today we're going to be talking about how to draw a refrigerator. Why are we talking about how to draw a refrigerator? First off, last episode we talked about drawing pencils and how to take something that's a basic shape that you see as an everyday object and changing it up, varying it to show something different, trying to make it a little bit more interesting. Now there are a couple parts to this. Refrigerators are a common household object, and you typically have one idea in mind of what they look like. I want you to go outside of the box with this and think about, how can I make this more exciting? Why is this important? Right now I'm doing a kid's book design, right? And as I'm working on this, I have to draw trim work. I have to draw doorways. I have to draw doors, doorknobs, outlines of weird things, light switches, and power outlets. There are a lot of little things that you don't think about. Maybe I want to draw some wallpaper. The key to doing this exercise is finding a way to have fun with drawing mundane objects. How can you change it up to make it a little bit more interesting? Now, we're going to go over a few different ideas. This was basically what my refrigerator looked like growing up. We got a rectangle, we got another rectangle, and we got two handles. That's it. That's all. We're done. We're finished this lesson. Nothing more to learn. What if we vary this a little bit? How can we make this more interesting? Well, there are different kinds of fridges. Maybe we give it the old double door treatment. Or maybe we can play around with the style. Does it have to stay as a straight fridge? This is inspired by something like the video game Day of the Tentacle. Very good point and click adventure game. Or maybe we go with a Rocky and Bullwinkle style refrigerator. The edges don't have to line up. The edges don't have to be perfect. The handles can be off. They can be obscure. They can be triangles. Do you need to make them perfect? Absolutely not. That's part of what makes drawing fun. Find the way to take a mundane object and make it interesting. Alright, what about this? Can we make it so the fridge is tall? Double-handled. Perfect. Look at that. Maybe we can think about making it wider. Making the drawer on the bottom. Look at that. Two rectangles and we've already got a refrigerator. Maybe you want to get that depth to it. So we draw a couple extra lines. That is not a good handle. I apologize. Alright. But you can see how we can take these basic shapes, and all of these are basically rectangles with an oval, and you're able to transform them into something more interesting. Do they have to stay a typical refrigerator shape? Could it be, maybe, a story piece? There's the cookie jar on top. The pieces of light beaming off of this beautiful delicacy. And the determined child. When drawing children, this is just a side note, you make the heads huge. We can give him a little hat because hats are very cool. So yeah, we started with a nice little stick figure and some circles, and now we've got a little character just by throwing together a few other pieces. How is he going to get up there? Is he going to make it up there? So yeah, these follow the same path. Now, dramatic lighting. make it feel like he's trying to ascend a cliff. These are ways that we're just able to transform our shapes and turn something that has very little character to it into something a little bit more interesting. Why are we doing this? Take the mundane and have fun with it. You don't need to make it so everything looks exactly the same. Cartooning is about having fun and finding the ways that you can make these things fun for you. Go to a little island in Maine every year. And we used to have a freezer that was more of like this with a big old school handle on it. A little icon on the top side of it. There we go. That's all there is to it. Take an everyday object and see what you can do to transform it, to make it into something interesting. Oh, we forgot to try one using the line of action. I've realized the error of my ways. Reminds me of the legendary Barry Jackson's artwork. I'm not comparing myself to him. He just has some reminiscent of the legendary Barry Jackson's art designs. I got something stuck in my throat and now I can't speak right. But anyways, I'm not comparing my stuff to his artwork, but there are ways to just loosen your stuff up and there are ways to just change things up. Look at that. We can have fun with these. Take the mundane and find a way to have fun with it. Try to find a way that you haven't seen it depicted before. Take inspiration from other kinds of objects. We just made 12 fridges very quickly and just throwing together a few rectangles, and we had fun with all of them. I had fun with all of them. You might not have had fun with like 3 of them, but the rest, you admit it, you had fun with. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.